Hi everyone, my name is Sven and I'm the General Manager at AOM Australia, and I'll just take 10 minutes of your time to go through very quickly our brand new product catalogue for commercial kitchen exhaust systems. This catalogue is full of new innovations, new products. It contains engineering bulletins that relate straight back to Australian standard requirements, so you can link the products to the standard requirements. It is made to support any type of design and specification work towards designing a commercial kitchen exhaust system. So bear with me, grab a cup of coffee, and in 10 minutes we'll fly through this document. The document is structured as follows: the four main categories of AOM products, which are our range of commercial kitchen exhaust hoods, our range of filtration solutions that are with a particular focus to particle filtration, aka grease filtration, our different odor mitigation solutions, as well as anything to do with ventilation solutions. As I said previously, the document contains a range of different engineering bulletins, which are shown here, and I'll go through each bulletin very briefly so that you can get an idea of what type of information is contained within. So straight to it, engineering bulletin number one. One of the first pages of the document is pretty much just a short guide to aid you in starting the design of a commercial kitchen exhaust system. You have an empty tenancy, an empty shell, you have to allocate an airflow, you have to start design of potentially filtration, get specifications to exhaust hoods, and so on. So this is just a short recap of that process. Engineering bulletin number two. If you've followed some of my previous presentations, here is a quick overview of what was discussed in those presentations. It is, what is the composition of commercial kitchen exhaust systems or exhaust, and what are we trying or attempting to, one, exhaust and also filter what comes out of a discharge point. What we've done here as well is we've taken all the different cooking processes found in the Australian standards, and we've allocated an estimated type of contamination within those different cooking processes. So that helps when designing filtration systems. Engineering bulletin number three pretty much looks at different case studies with project case studies and what type of commercial kitchen exhaust hoods can be associated to each different case study. So this helps in the selection of kitchen exhaust hoods, which is the first product category in the AOM list of products. So we have our full range of exhaust hoods with some brand new innovations with the inclusion of plasma filtration within our range of exhaust hoods. So that's an exciting innovation from our side. Each of the products in the catalogue is organized, structured in the same way. You have the first page is the product name. This first box pretty much indicates or tells you what is the best use for this product. So here it's our HCE series exhaust hood. So the simple exhaust hoods that contain stainless steel grease filters, either honeycomb or baffle filters, and LED lights and makeup air, internal makeup air. So this is typically used on a standard cooking line with no filtration or high efficiency filtration requirements with a vertical discharge point. So this is used in these situations. Within this page, you also find a brief description as well as any testing that has been carried out on this product. So there's another box with certification and testing. The second page contains more technical data related to the specification of this product. So going through the list of hoods, here we have our off-the-shelf modular series for the HCE. So that means that you can have access to a commercial kitchen exhaust hood depending on the different sizes in, say, a lead time of 1 week. This is often used or appreciated by contractors because that breaks down. You don't have to wait for the custom made exhaust hoods, which generally have a lead time of between 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how many orders have been placed. So this is our off-the-shelf range. Our hoods with incorporated UV treatment. Here are the different cases where these could be used. our top-selling HCFO series exhaust hoods, which have the inbuilt electrostatic, so the inbuilt high-efficiency electrostatic precipitators and ozone generators. So this is typically a hood that's used when Australian standard requirements for horizontal discharge, or there's a risk of nuisance of the kitchen exhaust system. Then we have misting hoods for solid fuel applications. And our brand new innovation is with the plasma filtration. So quickly, plasma filtration is a very dense mosaic of activated carbon, and the cold plasma is being formed within that activated carbon mosaic, and it's breaking down all the contaminants, so the VOCs, small particles, also bacteria and viruses, and those are also getting caught in the activated carbon mosaic, and the plasma just keeps breaking it down. So the great innovation with this is that it is a very low maintenance, high efficiency filter. And we generally can equip this into our range of what we've called Zurich range exhaust hoods. Here's an example. It's a table exhaust, but it can also be a wall mounted exhaust, particularly where there's no mechanical exhaust system. So this can be recirculated. And these can be fitted into residential hoods as well. Here you have the range of Galvamet Italian-made residential hoods, so they look fantastic. Moving on, we enter our kitchen filtration solutions. I'll run through the different solutions that we now have on offer. The first thing is an engineering bulletin, number 4, that pretty much looks at different project scenarios, different cooking styles as per Australian standards, and what type of filtration equipment would be applicable to those different scenarios and cooking styles. So here you have this matrix here that pretty much defines what type of filtration we would recommend for different cooking and different projects. First pages, our stainless steel, both honeycomb filter and stainless steel baffle filters. These are the standard filters that are equipped in our exhaust hoods and that are available off the shelf as well. We do have other sizes that can be custom ordered. Next engineering bulletin is related to the huge amount of work that we have done at AOM in looking to perfection the electrostatic precipitator. So we've done a lot of work in understanding what makes an electrostatic precipitator a high quality product, as opposed to some of the stuff that you can now buy over the internet straight out of China. So we've done a lot of work in this regards to, and this summarizes the different elements that we have found that make a high quality electrostatic precipitator. And that has allowed us to really refine our current range of scrub box electrostatic precipitators. And in particular, it has allowed us to develop a Australian-made model, which we now manufacture here in Sydney and under license with the Australian-made logo. At the same time, we now are able to manufacture a mist box, which is often used in solid fuel applications, such as the misting in replacement of the misting hood that I showed previously. We also have our full Ecobox filtration plant. So this is a totally customized and totally modular filtration plant that we will build depending on the requirements of a project. So we can have single, double, triple pass filtration. We can have a form of odor mitigation, fan, auto wash systems with the electrostatics. All this can be built into a one box that can be just dropped into site. With the Ecobox range, we've now developed the Ecobox Plus as well, which is a very standardized, instead of having the customized approach, it's a standardized. It's a single pass electrostatic precipitator with auto wash, secondary safety filters, and the carbon for odor mitigation. So that's now an Australian-made standardized product that we have. And our engineering bulletin number 6. This looks at the use of mechanical filters, so HEPA filters, bag filters, as opposed to the use of electrostatic filters in commercial kitchen exhaust filtration systems. So here we look at what advantages we relate back to standards, what advantages each system might have. And also there's a section here with regards to the actual servicing of this equipment and the potential costs of servicing. We also have a range called the Ecobox Easy, which is a single pass electrostatic with carbon. So this is really a stripped down, easy to use, easy to specify, easy to install and maintain product that we have now brought out as well, manufactured here in Sydney. And now we get to our odor mitigation solutions. These are the 4 key tools that we now use to mitigate odor from kitchen exhaust systems: our ozone generators, the carbon block activated carbon modules, the tools that I showed you previously with the plasma filtration systems, as well as the UV systems. First engineering bulletin, and this is quite a dense one, in this category is number 7, and this details in depth the requirements from Australian standards, but also what local councils expect of when engineering a compliant air discharge. And it is very often linked to odor emissions, which is why here we've got a big section as to how odor emissions are evaluated in Australia. This ties back to the AOM Australia Performance Certificate that you receive from us whenever you specify our range of high efficiency particle filters and odor mitigation tools. This comes with a performance certificate that details in depth all the different testing that we have carried out, or independent testing that has been carried out on our equipment. So very quickly, a range of ozone generators, carbon box modules also available now as Australia-made products. Our plasma air filtration systems, these can be sold as standalone filters as opposed to being built into exhaust hoods, or we can build these into filtration boxes as well. The UVC ducted emitters as well. And then the final section relates to our smart ventilation solutions. So we do have tools for demand control, ventilation, and also not only linked to the fan, but also to the optimal use of the filtration system, typically when ozone is used. We also have means through the AOM Touch of taking the key parameters of the kitchen exhaust systems and relaying back that information to a touchscreen system, as well as to a website if you want remote access to that information. And finally, this is a section on the range of fans that AOM generally supplies and that are generally fitted into our Ecobox units. So that's all for me. This document is available off our website, so don't hesitate to download it off our website. It is also available in hard copy, which I have here on my desk and even helps me in designing systems. I have all the information right at hand. So don't hesitate to get in contact with us to order some copies, and we'll get those out to you ASAP. Thanks for listening and all the best.